You're watching ENG Spanish Tutorials.
Hello everybody, welcome back. This is G from ENG Spanish Tutorial. Today we're going to practice more stem changing verbs in the present indicative. If you feel you're still rusty, then I would recommend you to rewatch the first part. If you think you have mastered what we talked about in the previous video, good job! Let's get started. In the previous video, we talked about that we have several different types of stem changing verbs in Spanish. And we have E to IE, O to UE, E to I, and U to UE. The first verb is empezar, E to IE. So let's conjugate it. Here's our E, not the first E, but the second one, the middle one. So the yo, empiezo. If you feel comfortable, feel free to pause the video and conjugate on your own. Then press play to see how you do. Okay, so yo pienso, tú empiezas. Él, ella, usted empieza. Nosotros again. Remember when we talk about the shoe verbs? The reason why the nosotros form stays out of the shoe is because it does not have stem change. Ellos, ellas, ustedes empiezan. Is this what you get? Good job! I want to mention that when you use empezar in, for example, to start doing something, then you need the a there. You need empezar plus a plus infinitive. So for example, if I say they start to study, they is empiezan plus a plus infinitive. So ellos empiezan a estudiar. Estudiar stays as infinitive. The second type is O to UE. The verb we're going to practice is almorzar, to have lunch. Again, feel free to pause and conjugate on your own. Yo almuerzo, tú almuerzas, él, ella, usted almuerza, nosotros, ojo, almorzamos, ellos, ellas, ustedes. The last type is E to I. And the verb we're going to use is repetir, to repeat. This is the E that's going to be stem changing. Yo repito. Tú repites. Él, ella, usted repite. Nosotros, ojo, repetimos. No stem change. Ellos, ellas, ustedes repiten. Please notice that not all verbs in Spanish are stem changing verbs. Some of verbs like to study, estudiar, to practice, practicar, to eat, comer, to live, vivir, they are not stem changing. When you conjugate them, they do not have stem. When you conjugate them, simply take off the AR or ER or IR and plug in the endings. So here comes the question. How do I know what verbs are stem changing and what are not? Unfortunately, there's no official rule determining if a verb has to be stem changing or not. And all you need to do, especially as a beginner, is to memorize them. For example, how do I know that estudiar does not stem change, but cerrar does? Well, I had to memorize them too. You can conjugate them over and over and over again until they're stuck in your head, and draw the shoe to help you remember that nosotros form does not have stem change. Or if you are a flashcard person, you may want to consider putting different types of stem changing verbs on different colors of flashcards. That might help you. The bottom line is you have to memorize them. Knowing when and how to conjugate a stem changing verb is very important in all tenses. So, good luck and thank you for watching. See you later.